I've been thinking about lately. Do the streets still remember X-Men Legends? It was the game that marked the beginning of Marvel's sort of team-up action RPG era of gaming that coincided pretty closely with the 6th generation and the very beginning of 7th generation consoles, if you're old enough to remember that. Which actually, I'm not. I grew up in the PS4 era, but my parents were not going to buy me a damn PS4 looking at that price tag, so I had a PS2. So I really experienced this game and then the subsequent trend it ignited in other Marvel games like 13 years after the fact. You had Legends, Legends 2, and then the Ultimate Alliance games, which were the same idea except for the wider Marvel universe rather than just the X-Men. And Ultimate Alliance 2, which was the final game of this style, came out in the early 7th generation days. The overarching gameplay element of these games was that you had a group of heroes and you could choose 4 for each mission, and you could upgrade them all in different ways depending on how you like to play. I think the idea here was that depending on the mission or, your style, you would choose different heroes for each situation, for each level. But realistically, we were all dumbass kids playing it, so I think we probably all just had our 4 that we liked the best and then never gave a second thought to the other dozen we never used. But back to the first Legend specifically, it is definitely an unpolished version of this formula. Don't get me wrong, I like the game, I really do, but it's weird, to me at least, that it has a main character, a singular main character. In a game like this, that's weird. That is Allison Crestmere, Magma. In this version of, I guess, the Marvel Universe, she isn't Roman or Brazilian or whichever she is. Can you tell New Mutants isn't my thing? Anyway, what's weird about this is that I would put it on everything. I will carpool with LaMelo Ball if I am wrong. I do not believe that any being, human or otherwise, living or dead, ever played through this game with Allison on their squad. Not with Cyclops, Storm, Rogue, Jean Grey, Wolverine, all of these people available pretty much from the jump, much cooler characters. As far as I'm concerned, Magma can focus on warming that bench and maybe getting some Gatorade for the people actually getting some run on my team. Basically, I'm saying it makes no sense to have a main character in a game where you can just choose not to play as them and pretty much never see them and play through the game like normal. I think this did get rectified in the later Marvel games of this style. I could be wrong, but I remember them not having as prominent a main protagonist per se. Honestly, even with this game having its flaws, not exactly being my favorite style of gameplay, I really do miss this kind of thing. Narrative-driven games from IPs like Marvel and DC on a fairly regular basis just does not exist anymore, and the experience of playing this with the homies, 4-player co-op in the garage because your mom kicked y'all out of the house, that was sensational.